Husqvarna, zero turns, lawn tractors, walk behinds, handhelds, and auto mowers. All at Hometown Motors Incorporated. Buy it here, get it serviced here. Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue, Chillicothe. This weekend, something special is happening at the Ross Lake. You'll find on the docks and everything all around the lake. One in particular, though, there is a dedication in particular for Jennifer Diehl and her memory. We have Kim Taylor with us. And Kim, you are part of the Lending Tackle Box. Tell us more.
Correct. Yeah, it started kind of like the way we do with Jennifer at Ross Lake. It started in memory of someone that passed away and his love for the outdoors. And I was trying to figure out how I can, do that, honor his memory. And I was driving by and saw the lending books where they borrow a book, lend a book. Mm-hmm. And, you see the community cupboards for food. And I thought, what if we did something with fishing poles and tackle? Has anybody done that? So I did some research and nobody has. So I thought, well, how can I do this? So I kind of approached it with first, let's come up with a name, then a logo, then, okay, how do we do this actually? So I thought of a locker and found some on the Facebook marketplace. I found not just one, but two. So I said, okay, I'll buy two of them, in case I mess up the first one, I'll have the second. But so we made the dedication at Burr Oak because he's from around there. Chris Custer and his family, and we made it for May 8th, which was Mother's Day, and went through the Ohio Department of Recs and got all the approvals. That took a while, saying, hey, I want to do this, and this is what I'm doing. So, and this is how we're going to do it. So we got the Ohio Department of Recs on, ODNR. They have embraced us, and we actually have our own page on their website called the Friends of the Lending Tackle Box. So they track us in state parks like they will at Ross Lake. And they let you know where it is and tells anyone that checks the page out what we are about and, what the program is. So then I went to Deer Creek to do box number 2. Since I had 2 boxes and I planted the first one, I thought I'd do June at Deer Creek in honor of my dad's memory. So that is the U.S. Army Corps land, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. That's a whole different entity in state parks that, I didn't know about. So working with them, they really thought, wow, Kim, this is amazing. And so the Huntington district manager contacted me and said, are you it? Are you doing this? Are you the only one? I said, well, with help from friends and family, yes. And he goes, listen, there is 34 lakes in our district, covers all of Ohio, half of West Virginia, and 2 lakes in Kentucky. He goes, I want a lending tackle box in every one of them. Got goosebumps. Couldn't believe it. So it went from there to now it'll be the 5th box at Ross Lake. So we have 4 locations live right now, and this will be the 5th. So we're moving right along since May.
This is just bonkers. I mean, you have to be pinching yourself saying, am I really into this thing?
I still do goosebumps. I still get goosebumps talking about it. But yeah, so it's kind of went off really quickly. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I need to make a nonprofit. I need to get state of Ohio registered. I need to get registered with the IRS for a 501(c)(3), and I had to learn all about that. So in addition to my real job, and trying to set up this nonprofit, all the while, it blew up on social media and everybody's interested. And now we're planning next year's season already. We have a couple lakes on the book. Buckeye Lake is one of them. Dillon Lake. So we're working on Blainesville in West Virginia. I think it's called Blainesville in West Virginia. That's a lake. Summersville Lake in West Virginia. So we're moving pretty quickly.
It sounds like you took the bait and got hooked.
Yeah, I
Right
mean,
into it.
it's a learning process. What works, what doesn't, how it's being worked out in the community. The biggest event we had was at Alum Creek last month, and they had a fishing with a ranger program, and they launched it with our dedication there. And to see so many kids and so many people utilizing the poles and catching their first fish, that is just, what this program was all about, is giving back that way, natural, giving them people out there a chance to like go fishing for the first time, catch their first fish. And once you catch your first fish, you're hooked.
Yeah.
So
Literally, yeah.
yeah, you're hooked.
This is an incredible story, and I'm grateful that you're taking time to share it with us, because who would have just thought, making a little dedication, maybe a pole or two, and then having people knock on your door saying, hey, we've got a big
Yes.
region we want to take care of.
Yeah, family from like Jennifer's, Jody, and them wanting to honor their daughter's memory and saying, we want to be a part of this too. And it just makes that much more, I'm doing this one for Jennifer and her family, and I want to make sure everything is there for them. Their co-sponsors are going to be taking care of the box. So basically we will plant the box at the dedication, and then their two co-sponsors will actually take care of maintaining the box and communicating with me if they need anything. But they'll take donations there. If anyone wants to drop by at noon at Ross Lake on the main side, they will be accepting poles and fishing hooks and box. So at Saturday, we're going, I was just notified from a friend of mine that's actually doing the concrete installing and saying, have you looked at the weather? And I was like, yeah. And they said, it's supposed to rain. I'm like, we can't pour concrete in the rain. And I'm like, we're making that dedication happen. I don't know how yet, but it's going to happen at noon on Saturday at Ross Lake. And anybody that's watching this want to bring out a pole, some poles that you don't use. If you want to go to Walmart and get a pole, or some fishing tackle, bobbers, hooks, sinkers, line, they'll be accepting that as well there, the family and the co-sponsors.
Now, we caught Kim during her work day, and so you're taking a break to do this interview.
Yeah.
And you're in your mobile studio. If you don't mind showing people in the back, looky there. She's got some actual fishing poles, and she's ready to rock and roll. It sounds like this is something that happens a lot.
Yes. We have a family pizza and pole night scheduled for Wednesday, where we take all those poles and we line them and we get them ready for Ross Lake to be put in the box. So yeah, we usually do about anywhere from 15 to 30 poles on a pole pizza night. So my family that's watching knows they're coming Wednesday. So
it sounds to me like even during the dedication ceremonies, you need to add maybe a box of tissues as well to go along with.
Yeah. I think Jody's family's all going to be there. The co-sponsors' families are all going to be there. The ranger for Ross Lake is going to be there as well. To do the dedication ribbon cutting. We had to even go out and buy 3-foot scissors. I mean, who doesn't have a dedication without a ribbon and 3-foot scissors?
Yeah, that's right. If someone is hearing about, and I got a feeling a lot of people are hearing about this for the very first time, how can they volunteer? How can they have a lending tackle box dedicated in some of their family members' names?
They can actually donate at the boxes themselves. So the good thing about this program, it's lend a line, leave a line. So it's kind of a situation to where, if you come to the lake and you see our box and you think, wow, this is a neat thing. I've actually got some poles with me or some tackle that I want to leave in there. We actually, people can put poles right into the box anytime they're out there. And they can also, there's a shelf on the top where they can leave bobbers and sinks and sinkers and fishing hooks and lures. And then the family or whoever the co-sponsors that's taking care of the box we'll actually go out there, collect all the donations, restock the box, if there's broken line or poles that need to be replaced, and refill the tackle bags that are in there. So we give them tackle bags as well as poles. And in the tackle bags, there's like a couple hooks, some bobbers, a sinker, and a couple lures, so that, if they break their line, or they can also grab a little tackle bag for the day and return whatever they don't use. All in one shop.
As a kid, I never took a fishing pole with me whenever we would go camping. And there's a lot of times I would be at a lake and I thought, man, if I only had a fishing pole. You have solved that, at least in some certain locations.
Yeah, I really like the layout at Caldwell Lake at Scioto Trails. We have box number 3. Box number 3 is at Caldwell Lake, and they are right by the camping area. So if people camp there, they can go fish, and a lot of people that don't have poles, that one's actually doing really well with people using the poles, donating the poles. So it's become a little poster child for our organization, because every time the host family goes there to look in on the box, there's donations. So that's really comforting, to see when you open that box and you see an extra pole in there, or you see bobbers, makes you smile, because you're like, it's happening. It's really happening. So
It's almost something that once you start it kind of takes care of itself.
yes, hopefully. I mean, that's the goal. I mean, people that come in, most people that are outdoorsy or are out at the state parks, they respect the park and what it truly is. So when they see something like this, they're thinking, wow, hey, I was a little kid at one time, just like you, that didn't have a pole. And now we can give them that opportunity. So it's just, it's a learning process. We might learn new things next year or as we go for the winter, but so far, we've got, by the time we end this year, we're hoping to have 8 boxes installed.
That's incredible.
So, yeah, it really truly is. And, the Ross Lake dedication, I've worked with Jody all, longer than most ones, because some of them go really fast. So she's been working on this for several months now. So we're so excited for Ross Lake, because I went to Chillicothe High School. So it's kind of like my hometown.
Your chance to give back in that respect.
Correct.
So
Correct.
Again, you can find more details about the Linen Tackle Box on Facebook. And as you mentioned, if you go to the Ohio Department of Resources, they have a link there as well to find out more about it. So, and of course, just keep an eye down here in this post. We'll get some information as well for everyone.
And I hope to see you there Saturday.
I cannot guarantee. I was telling Jody, I said I'd love to be there. Football Friday night, of course, starts this weekend. And I'm an older guy now, and I don't move as quickly on Saturday morning.
You can get up by noon. You're not that much older than me, so you can get up by noon.
Well, we look forward to it, and I certainly want to get out and see what it looks like when everything's put together.
Perfect.
If we can't make it to the dedication. So
yes.
Kim Taylor, thank you so much for your time and what you're doing and making this happen, and some dreams come true for some folks. And again, this Saturday, a dedication in honor of Jennifer Diehl. That'll be taking place at Ross Lake, on the main side of Ross Lake.
Correct, main side.
All right.
Right by the boat dock, between that area and the parking lot.
Very good.
I'll have signs up that says dedication for the Linen Tackle Box this way.
Follow the signs.
Correct.